Unit 4. Warm-up. 1. A. No one is sitting on the tatami floor. B. The old tatami mats have been replaced with new ones. C. It's not easy to cover the Japanese room with tatami. D. The room is being illuminated by bright lights. Two. A. The boy is walking into the house. B. The boy is walking toward the house. C. Cars are parked along the street. D. The boy is looking around in a big house. Conversation 1. Henry and Emmy are looking at a group of houses in Gokayama in Toyama Prefecture. Wow, those houses have interesting-looking roofs. The angle of the roof is really steep.
It is called gashōzukuri, and the angle is said to be between 45 and 60 degrees.
Gasho? What does it mean?
It means clasping your hands in prayer.
I see. But it looks like a huge block house with a pyramid on top.
Yes. The basic structure of the gashōzukuri house is different from that of ordinary Japanese houses. An ordinary Japanese house has pillars up to the attic, and those pillars and walls divide the first floor space into small rooms.
Yes?
But here, they construct the first floor, and then they put a roof on top of it.
I see. That's the reason why there are wide spaces on both the first floor and in the attic.
Yes, the attic is usually 2 or 3 stories high.
What do they use the space for?
I've heard that they used it for silk culture in summer and paper making in winter. They also made gunpowder.
How efficient!
Background information. The villages of Shirakawa-go and Gokayama in Gifu and Toyama Prefecture, which have preserved the traditional way of living in gashōzukuri houses, were listed on the UNESCO World Heritage Site for Culture in 1995. Surrounded by mountains, they have heavy snowfall during winter. Sometimes the snowfall is over 2 meters deep. Before roadways around the area were developed, the area had been isolated, especially in winter. At the end of the 19th century, they had more than 1,800 gashōzukuri houses. However, the number of the houses dropped sharply in the middle of the 20th century. A group of people in the region started a conservation movement in the 1960s. Thanks to the efforts of the people and the area's local governments, this unique landscape has been preserved. Today, more than 1.5 million tourists come to visit the area each year, where less than 3,000 people live. Conversation 2. Henry and Emmy are looking at the houses again in Gokayama. The roof material is called kaya, and they need to rethatch the roof once every 20 or 30 years.
How much manpower do they need to rethatch the roof?
Well, in the past, they did it little by little, and it took a lot of time to complete. If they did it in a day or two, more than 100 people would be needed.
That many? Who were those people? It must have cost a lot of money to hire them.
Yes. If you hired the people, it would cost more than 30 million yen.
Then, were they all volunteers?
Well, traditionally, all the villages had mutual cooperating groups named yui, and in yui, they helped each other to maintain their community.
Are yui decreasing?
Yes. The number of gashōzukuri houses has decreased a lot, so yui are also decreasing.
That's understandable. Finding time to work together can be very difficult.
Yes. So, in many cases, rethatching is done by a local forestry cooperative here in Gokayama.
Useful expressions. If, conditional. If the house had a high ceiling, it would be ideal.
If I lived in a studio by myself, I would be happy.
If I had a lot of money, I could travel around the world.
If you gave me a hand, I would be able to finish the work in an hour.